Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Noor Codelogics. I am Noor and today we are going to talk about methods, parameters in C Sharp and how to pass them to the methods, right? So basically method parameters in C Sharp are variables that you define in the method signature, allowing you to pass data into the methods or functions. They act as a placeholders for the values that will be used when the method is called. Okay, now let's we move towards our development environment. Here I will define how we can pass parameters to function, how we can pass single parameter, multiple parameters, how we can pass different types of parameter to a function. Now, for example, I am defining here a very simple function. This function will not return anything. Okay, no, it is the return type of the function. It is the function name. And here I will pass here a very simple parameter name. Okay. Now here inside the body of the function, I will just print the like, sorry, hello and space, and then I will print the parameter. Okay. Now here in this side, I am just passing one parameter. The type is string of the parameter. So it is the function return type. This function will not return any type because I declare here is as void, and it is the function name. Now let's me call this function. And as you can see that it giving me the compile time error. There is no argument given that correspond to the required parameter's name. So basically it demanding the first parameter. Now let's me pass here something like um, lies, and I will call again this function in the next line. But here I will pass one another with I mean the string name I will pass here as Bob. Now you can see that inside the console when I run the application, it will print hello Alice and hello Bob for this line inside the console. Now let's me run the application. We are just defining in this value how to pass the variable, how to define the parameter, how to use multiple parameters for the functions, right? Now after executing this line you can see hello Alice is printed. Now I will call again this function with the parameter Bob. You can see that it is printed. Now let's me pass two parameters to this function, string name and string, sorry, let's me make its first name and let's me make its uh, last name, right? Hell, uh, first name for example, and then I will print the first name and then plus sign, last sorry, a little space, and then last name, and here I will append the last name. Okay. Now you can see that both functions know, sorry, both line number 7 and 8, I am calling this function and this function giving me error because here we have defined two parameters, but I am passing only one parameter. When I pass the second parameter, for example, alias 2, okay, and then this error is gone, but again I am getting the error on the on line number 8. No, I will also to pass, yes, like in this way, the second parameter. No, it will work. Let me run the application. Just see the result inside the console. First name Elias, last name Elias2. First name Elias because we are passing Elias as a first parameter and Elias2 as a second parameter. Then you can see that. Um, Let me also put here a debugger. No C. Okay, the first name is coming as this, last name is coming as Bob2. Now it will print first name Bob and last name is equal to book2. Just see the output inside the console. First name book, last name book2. Okay. Now basically we are calling the functions like in this way. If you want to have multiple parameters for a function, now we can pass different parameters like if like in this way that I define here. Okay. Now, for example, I want to define different types of parameters. Here I define both parameters as of string type. Now, for example, I want to define here another type variable like student student I oh sorry guys student ID. Here in this function I am passing the first two parameter as a string type and the last parameter as an integer. Now I will just in the next line I will print the student ID. Okay. Now here it giving me the error. Let me put here the debugger. It giving me the error that it requires the third parameter student ID for the function greet. Okay. Now let's me pass here the student ID 10. The error is gone from this line. Now let's me also pass here the third parameter for this. Let's suppose 20. Okay. Now I will execute the program. Let's me see the output. This line will print the first name lies, last name lies 2 because I am getting lies 2 and lies 1 as a parameter. And after executing this line, the student ID 10 is printed. And let's me move towards the next line. And here you can see that first name Bob, last name Bob2, and the student ID 20 is printed inside the console. So we can pass different type of parameters to a function like in this way. Keep in mind that we can also give some optional parameter to any function. You can see if I remove these, then it giving me the error. I must have to pass the third parameter. But if I want to keep the student ID as optional, I don't want to pass all the time. If it is pass, like in these, it's okay. But if it's not pass, then I have to use some default value. Then I have to use like in this way. Let me give some default value. Now you can see here I did not pass the student ID. It's working. It's not giving me any compile time error, and it's also working. It's not giving me a compile time error. Now for the first line 7, this function will print the default student ID. And for the second, for the line number 8, because I am passing 20 as a parameter to the student ID, it will print 20. Now let's see the output. It's printed 10, the default value, because I am not passing anyone from this function. And now let's remove these. Step 4, you can see that I am getting 20 because I'm passing to the function 20 as a parameter student ID. Okay, let's remove 20 is printed. So we can use the optional parameter like in this way. One more thing, it is better to use the optional parameter at the end of the sequence. If I remove from here and for example declare here like in this way, it will showing me the error. If I just move, you can see that I am getting an error on the comma. Optional parameter must appear after all required parameters. Okay, so these two are required parameter and it is optional. So I have to move the optional parameter towards the end at this place. That is why Control Z. Okay, now you have to define the optional parameter at the end in the sequence. So this was just basic about how we can pass one parameter, two parameter, different type of parameters, optional parameter to any function in the C# programming language. I think it's enough about this topic. Today we'll meet you in with a new topic in the next video. Thank you for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe the channel because if you subscribe the channel. If you motivate me to upload more content, then obviously I will record more content. I will upload in the upcoming days. Thank you.